The Supreme Court having a hearing on conversion therapy. So, for those who may not know, but conversion therapy is not actually therapy. It's torture of children. Basically, the idea with mostly Christians, because it's mostly Christians and quack doctors who do this shit. They basically think that, guys, if we're abusive to children who have like some form of queer identification in any way, shape, or form, if we keep torturing them and making them suffer, well, maybe they won't be gay anymore. And here's the funny thing about that. That's almost like never been the fucking case. Maybe there's like an instance or two where it's happened, right? Like all of a sudden they are on the straight and fucking narrow. But here's the funny thing, dude. More often than not, that shit is just very, 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 very far in the fucking closet. And as soon as they fucking leave their damn parents' house of their, I don't know, weirdo, conservative, dipshit parents who think that, I don't know, like conversion therapy is like effective for some reason or some shit. You know, complete schizo nonsense, of course, from these abusers. Because the people who do conversion therapy on their kids are abusive to children, and they should not have kids, and they should have CPS called on them. I would advocate for that position. I have no problem with saying that whatsoever. They should have CPS called on them. We have now the Supreme Court. I think it is from Colorado, where some quack doctor basically is suing the state of Colorado for having a ban on conversion therapy because of, guess what, First Amendment violations, because not allowed to practice religion. Boy Meets Mini, where in the Bible does it advocate for fucking conversion therapy? Resident token Christian, anywhere? Anywhere does it say it advocates for conversion therapy in the Bible? It doesn't. Thank you, Boy Meets Mini. Oh, so again, it's just a bunch of stupid, dumb, fucking abusive parents who just want to torture fucking children. Many such cases with fucking conservatives. The only thing in Jewish law is the circumcision of the pee-pee. Yeah, complete nonsense. But what do we have here? The Supreme Court seemed ready on Tuesday to side with an evangelical. I think we can just stop there. It's just a fucking it's an evangelical who just wants to torture kids. Can we get some classics in the chat? Can we get some duck smoking gif emojis? Classic evangelicals wanting to torture children. Classic. This happens all the fucking time. It's either they rape them or they torture them. Man, one of the two. Guys, it's almost as if evangelicals and conservatives, people who do not think that children are fundamentally fucking human, people who think that children are simulacra, homunculi, people who are supposed to just have instructions imprinted upon them, who do not believe that they are fundamentally human and have their own will and thoughts and fucking beliefs, are totally okay with fucking torturing them because they don't see them as fucking human. Side with an evangelical Christian therapist who objects to a Colorado law that she maintains violates her free speech rights. Of course. Yeah, your free speech to do torture of children. Fantastic. If the court rules in her favor, the decision could invalidate laws in some dozen states that bar therapists from practicing a version of talk therapy that seeks to change a teenager's sexual orientation or gender identity. The case involves a new wrinkle on an old therapy, specifically something called conversion therapy, that we have banned all across in fucking Canada. Yeah, you can't do fucking conversion therapy because it doesn't work. Studies have shown at this point, and there's been a bunch of them, that conversion therapy doesn't do shit. Doesn't fucking work. They still end up being as flamboyantly gay as, I don't know, these weirdo fucking conservatives thought that they took out of them. So that's cool. That's great. But then again, conservatives have no problem advocating for fucking torture of minors. In fact, that's like one of their favorite things they love to advocate for. It's generally defined as a treatment used to change a person's attraction for same-sex individuals and to similarly cure gender dysphoria. Doesn't work, but whatever. In whatever form, the therapy has been forcefully repudiated by every major medical organization in the country on the grounds that it doesn't work and often leads to depression and suicidal thoughts in minors. But then again, if conservatives cause the suicide of more gender queer and just non-conforming children, they're totally okay with that, because in reality, conservatives, they don't have a problem with like kids who are on the straight and narrow, or what they perceive to be the straight and narrow. But if you deviate a little bit from that, well, if you commit suicide, who gives a shit about any of that stuff? Complete fucking nonsense, dude. But at Tuesday's Supreme Court argument, lawyer James Campbell, representing therapist Kaylee Childs, told the justices that the way his client wishes to practice conversion therapy involves no physical restraints or coercion of any kind. It's a form of talk therapy. This shit is inherently fucking coercive. What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, there has to be a fucking significant crackdown on all these evangelical quack fucking doctors. Like, alright, you know what? We've had enough of this. Get a fucking actual license to perform professionally. Because let's be honest here, most of these motherfucking therapists who practice conversion therapy are not fucking licensed. And they're just quack doctors who, if they do somehow manage to have a license, should have that shit fucking revoked. Because every single scientific fucking institution within the United States of America consistently cites how it does not work. Conversion therapy doesn't work, and it's basically just torture. It's just torture. Rather, he said her practice involves only talk therapy, and the state's ban on what Childs does prevents voluntary conversations with minors seeking her help. Sure, man, I'm totally sure about that. Ms. Childs is being silenced. The kids and families who want help, this kind of help that she offers, are being left without any support. Good. She should not have any fucking support. She can go fuck herself. Representing Colorado, State Solicitor General Shannon Stevenson replied by noting the high rates of suicide amongst minors who are questioning their sexual orientation or their sex assigned at birth. Representing to questions from the justices, Stevenson said that under the state's conversion therapy law, therapists may not promise a cure that will transform a gay teenager into a straight teenager. That kind of speech, she conceded, is banned because it is an attempt to change a minor patient's identity. But she stressed that the law still permits patients to discuss feelings of confusion and uncertainty about their identity with a licensed professional. Yeah, that's fine. You can talk about that stuff. However, the problem is with these fucking quacks, these morons, they hear shit like that, just like, it's a fucking gay, it's a homosexual. That's the main problem. The problem is that you are a gay or a queer or a gender non-conforming individual. That's the real actual issue here, and they'll try to talk them out of it. And then inevitably, when it doesn't fucking work, either the kid's going to be dead at that point, or they're going to be in a super fucking heavily depressive state, because they've just been told in their minds that they are the ones who are wrong for the way that they're fucking thinking. Instead of being told, like, well, I mean, you may be thinking of these particular things because you may be blah, 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 blah. Or you may be queer in this particular way. You may be trans or some shit. Have you ever considered getting, like, a doctor to fucking check any of that shit out? Maybe there's, like, some fucking hormonal imbalances or some shit. It could be fucking anything. Who the fuck knows? Like, there's tons of different scenarios that could potentially lead to stuff like this. Because, again, gayness is something that, generally speaking, you are born with. Let's be fucking honest here. Like, you are born, if you're fucking gay, you're fucking gay. That's just how it is. Why? Because wacky things happen in the fucking womb where the brain chemicals get arranged in certain ways, and you're fucking gay. That's just how it fucking is. Is there any explanation for how it exactly works? No, but conservatives don't have, well, there is no, due to the fact that there is no fucking explanation for how it exactly works, conservatives are just allowed to just say, whatever the fuck they want. They can just come up with fucking bullshit and spread a bunch of fucking conspiracy theories. But more than likely, it's just, I don't know, brain chemicals did their certain things that they did while in the fucking womb when they were born or some shit. Like, that's probably what fucking happens most of the time. Or as they fucking matured. Hormone washes, people being hormonal and shit, changes their fucking brain. Changes their fucking brain structure constantly. And it's just like, random shit just fucking happens in there. And that's just how it is. Like, it's crazy. Like, listen, I understand this is a relatively complicated thought for conservatives to generally engage with. But it's called abstract thinking. where it's just like you can think of potential scenarios as to why a certain thing is the way that it is. Because with conservatives, they're working from a conclusion and then they just turn themselves into fucking pretzels to justify their idiotic fucking beliefs. It would be better if we did know, but we don't. We don't have the ability to do super brain scan stuff or some shit, so whatever. After reading excerpts of the law out loud, conservative Justice Samuel Alito, the psychopath, chimed in that the Colorado law looks like blatant viewpoint discrimination. Yeah, dude. The discriminating viewpoint, the discrimination on the viewpoint of, yeah, maybe we should not be torturing children. I don't know. It's really, really fucking cool. Like, yeah, viewpoint discrimination of, actually, it's kind of bad to torture kids. It's kind of bad to torture them. I personally, we should not be doing any of that stuff. By viewpoint discrimination, he meant that the view the state was supporting is something of a one-way street. It allows therapists to treat minors to deal with sexuality in one way, but unconstitutionally silences a different therapy. Yeah, a different fucking therapy that doesn't fucking work. It's been studied and proven that it doesn't fucking work. So why bother? Every medical institution has come out and said that this shit doesn't work. Don't do it. It's bad for kids. All of them have had a medical consensus saying this shit doesn't work. Don't fucking do it. But here are conservatives saying like, well, this might be a bad, like, this is a kind of a different viewpoint and a different kind of therapy. Maybe it could fucking work. And despite the fact that all the science and everyone else has been saying like, don't fucking do it. It doesn't work. You're torturing kids. And, like I said before, conservatives, they're totally okay with torturing kids. They love torturing kids. It's one of their favorite fucking things that they do. Liberal Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson had a different take, noting that medical doctors would clearly be liable if they used a medication that the state deems substandard care. It's just very puzzling to me that she would stand in a different position than a medical professional who has the exact same goals and would just be prescribing medication. That's a pretty good analogy there, right? If someone was prescribing a particular, because this is a thing that happens in the United States for some reason. Like, doctors will have partnerships with pharmaceutical companies to just keep assigning, say, for example, painkillers with oxyfucking-codone, right? And oxyfucking-codone will be prescribed by these doctors constantly because they have a partnership with pharmaceutical companies. And you're telling me that this fucking partnership that they have with pharmaceutical companies is going to get a bunch of people addicted to these fucking painkillers, and then they have to go to something way more fucking addictive. Because this is exactly how the fucking painkiller drug crisis fucking happened in the United States back in the fucking 90s. A bunch of fucking doctors, because it made a bunch of money for the pharmaceutical companies, kept assigning oxycodone, even though it was not supposed to be prescribed in a bunch of different situations. They kept fucking prescribing it because of the partnership that a lot of these doctors had with pharmaceutical companies. Very, very cool. Like, I know people who were severely beaten, cuffed, and psychologically tortured with adult content as kids. Whoa, it's torture. Who would have thought? And conservatives are okay with torture. Very, very cool. But most of the other justices, including liberal Justice Elena Kagan, didn't seem to see the things that way. Let's just assume we're in a normal free speech land rather than in this kind of doctor land. And if a doctor says, I know you identify as gay and I'm going to help you accept that, and another doctor says, I know you identify as gay and I'm going to help you change that, and one of those is permissible and the other is not, that seems like viewpoint discrimination. Oh, we're just going to fucking agree with this stupid schizophrenic idea of viewpoint discrimination? Get the fuck out of here with this stupid bullshit. Again, every single motherfucking goddamn administration, or not administration, but association with science has said that you should not be fucking doing this. Like, it's torture. The outcomes are just bad. And we're just going to be like, well, if we want to make the highly technical free speech argument, it does actually violate free speech. So here's the fucking thing with laissez-faire free speech laws and why they are bad. It's because it allows shit like this to fucking work. Let's be fucking honest here. It allows this to be allowed under the guises of free speech. Why? because of the fact that, well, this is just how I think, and I should just be able to have my free expression. Yeah, sure, I'm torturing a bunch of kids and making them fucking suffer, but this is my expression. I'm totally allowed to express like this. You shouldn't have a fucking problem, because this is just what I fucking think and believe in. Yeah, and if what you think and believe in is okay with the torture of children, personally, I think that is something that should be fucking banned. There's a reason why there are guardrails on a lot of fucking free speech, because of the fact that if you have none of those guardrails, you want to know what fucking happens? All these stupid, loud, annoying morons will use the laissez-faire free speech laws that exist in order to browbeat and silence other people and not allow them to fucking participate within the sort of land of laissez free speech. In reality, it is a constriction on free speech, which is why there has to be effective guardrails. Certain things just have to be fucking banned, especially if science and history has proved to say that, yeah, these things are pretty fucking bad. Like, let's be fucking honest here. In every instance, especially with fucking Twitter right now, Twitter is basically unusable because it's nothing but fucking dumbass fucking Nazis and porn bots all over the fucking place. If the TOS was actually being enforced, or if there was one that actually fucking existed under Elon Musk's Twitter, all these motherfuckers would be banned. Banned. And it would create a more healthy platform. But far-right dipshits don't want any of those fucking healthy platforms, because in reality, for them, it is all about subjugation and putting in their own ideas of hierarchy and control. That's all that there is to it. Childs, for her part, has not used the therapy on anyone yet, because she says she fears losing her license as a therapist or being fired if she did. So then why the fuck would you do this lawsuit? Really? You haven't even done the fucking Okay, then stop. Then don't use it. Then keep practicing. Don't fucking use conversion therapy. Fucking cope and seethe about it. Who wants to make a bet that this is like some stupid right-wing institute sort of bullshit, and it's just trying to use this child's individual as basically a fucking puppet to try to get conversion therapy laws overturned. This is screaming fucking Heritage Foundation bullshit to me. Her lawyers say that the Colorado law thus unconstitutionally chills her right to free speech. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. The state's contrary view that it must secure that medical professionals do not engage in debunked and discredited psychological theories that are condemned by organizations as diverse as the American Medical Association and the American Psychological Association. But after Tuesday's oral arguments, a clear majority of the justices across ideological lines seem inclined to rule against the Colorado law, and in doing that, they could be upending similar state laws in half the country. Let's fucking go, dude. More fucking conversion therapy, and the Supreme Court is seemingly okay with the murder and torture of fucking children at this point. Great, fantastic. This is totally not a fucking hell world idiotic bullshit. And by the way, it's not only just the fucking conservative justices that are going to be bad on this issue. It seems like even some of the liberal justices are bad on this fucking issue. Because like I said before, there has to be certain guardrails sometimes on fucking speech, because if there aren't none, it becomes more difficult to have a more effective free speech zone. Certain topics just have to be banned because there is a general broader consensus of that thing just being bad. That's why. That's why Nazis consistently get fucking banned from platforms, because their views are abhorrent and incongruent with fucking society, and they can just cope and fucking seethe about it. Fucking stupid, dumb fucking Nazis. But yeah, I don't know what else there is to say besides it's time for fucking conversion therapy to potentially make a big comeback within the United States of America. Very, very cool.